Shanti. Murli date 1st June 2022. Essence: sweet children, remain constantly busy doing godly service, and your love for the Father will increase, and the mercury of your happiness will always remain high. Question: what is the happiness in the hearts of the children who have experienced going beyond by receiving Baba's drishti? Answer: they experience the happiness of the kingdom of heaven in their hearts because as soon as a soul receives a glance from the Father, he claims a right to the inheritance. The Father has everything merged in him. Question: why does the Father give different points to the children in a variety of ways every day? Answer: to fulfill the desire of many births of the children, children listen to the new points from the Father, and so their love for the Father increases. Song: you spend the night in sleeping and the day in eating. Om Shanti. You children are sitting with your vision on Baba. The Father is seeing you souls and your bodies. You children also see him. Is there greater pleasure in watching Baba or listening to him? You have heard a great deal of knowledge. You have heard limitless knowledge. You are the number one devotees. You have done the most devotion. You have studied the Vedas, the scriptures, the Granth, the Gita, and the Gayatri Mantra, sacred verse. You have done penance, tapasya, everything. You have heard a great deal. The Father tells you when you began listening to them. You have heard a lot since they were written. However, it is only now that your meeting the Father with the eyes takes place. You go beyond with a glance. There is a verse: the Lord, the Sadguru, took souls beyond simply with a glance. Baba is the Sadguru and also the Lord of the brides. We are sitting in his vision. It is from our vision that we know the Father and understand how we become the masters of the world through him. The heart becomes happy on seeing the Father because the soul receives everything from him. The Father has everything merged in him. You children have now found the Father. You are sitting in his vision, and so you children will definitely be intoxicated about the kingdom of heaven. First of all, there is the intoxication of belonging to the Father, and then that of the inheritance of Beta, the kingdom. We understand we are sitting in front of the Father and body consciousness is being removed. We souls have been going around the cycle and playing our parts through these bodies. Our Father is now sitting in front of us. There is the happiness of receiving the inheritance from the Father. As a child grows older, he becomes aware. He is the child of a barrister, an engineer, or an emperor, and that he is the master of that kingdom. Here you understand you are receiving your inheritance of heaven from the Father. You children should experience permanent happiness by seeing the Father. This is known as a heart-to-heart conversation. The Supreme Father of all sits here and speaks to souls. The soul listens through this body. It only happens once that the Father, whom you have been remembering, comes and gives you inheritance for 21 births when the meeting of the eyes takes place. You children should remember this. Some children forget this. You should not forget this. By being in front of Baba's eyes, you understand you are sitting with Baba. By seeing Baba, your mercury of happiness rises. The Father sits here and explains new points so that the children develop full love for the Father. The desire of the hearts of you souls can then be fulfilled because you have been separated. You have experienced many types of sorrow. Now that you are sitting here personally, you should be happy on seeing Him. Are you happy being in front of the Father, or do you remain just as happy when you are far away from Him? Reasoning says that because one hears many things outside, the intellect is pulled in other directions. The children who are in Madhuban are listening personally to Baba. Baba attracts souls with his love. Your Baba is so lovely and sweet. He is making you worthy of going to heaven. You children were the masters of heaven. Now, according to the drama, you have lost everything. Losing the kingdom and claiming it back again is not a big thing. Only you understand this matter. There are millions of souls in the world, but only a few out of the multi-millions recognize me as I am. What I am and what is received from me. Even though some understand all of this, the wonder is that Maya makes them forget. It isn't that Maya does not make those who are personally in front of Baba forget Baba. Maya even makes those who are personally here forget. There should be full love for Shiv Baba. How can your love increase so that you claim the most elevated inheritance from Baba? The Father says, do godly service. The Father also serves the children. You children understand that Baba has come from a faraway land. The children whose intellects have faith should never fluctuate or be confused. But Maya is very powerful. Baba is decorating you. He is changing you from human beings into deities. This is a school in which you become deities. This is the effort that you make in order to become the masters of the pure world. Baba simply says, remember me. When a person is dying, he is told to remember Rama, God. However, people don't know Rama, and so there is no benefit in that remembrance. You have full recognition of the Father. You come here to Shiv Baba. He is incorporeal, the creator. How does he create? Prajapita Brahma is also called a creator. The human world is created through Brahma. This is why he is called Brahma, the father of people. You souls have become Brahmins, and you souls clearly understand that you are Shiv Baba's grandchildren and have become the children of Brahma. You children want to have your sins absolved and to become threaded very closely in the rosary of victory. Therefore, you must remember Baba a great deal. You are also karma yogis. Look after your home and remain as pure as a lotus flower. This example does not apply to sannyasis. They cannot stay in their households and become pure like a lotus. Nor can they tell others this, because people make others the same as themselves. Sannyasis cannot say, "Be as pure as a lotus." They cannot even tell people to remember the Brahma element. Even that is not possible. They would reply, "You have left your home. But how can we?" You are not able to stay in your household. So how can you tell others to do that? They cannot give the teachings of Raj Yoga. You have now understood the significance of all the religions. Every religion has to come at its own time. The golden age has to come after the iron age. The original eternal deity religion is needed for the golden age. No other religion can make human beings into deities. They have to go to the land of liberation. There is happiness in heaven. When we become deities, those of other religions go into liberation. However, until we go to the land of liberation in life, heaven, no one can go to the land of liberation. Heaven and hell cannot exist at the same time. When we have claimed the inheritance of liberation in life, there shouldn't be anyone left in a life of bondage. You understand that it is the confluence at this time. Only you meet Baba at the confluence of the cycles. Others cannot meet him. Others think this is the iron age. But we are no longer in the iron age. We are claiming our inheritance of heaven from Baba. We have died alive in order to bring to the Father. Those who are adopted come to know about both the worlds. They are told, "You belong to that one, and you now belong to this one." They know their friends and relations of both sides. You children know that you have raised your anchor and moved away from there. We are now departing. We have no connection with this world. God is speaking to his children. That is, the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, is speaking to the Saligram children. It is said that God has come, but they don't know him. Because they do not know the Father, they are confused. No one understands such an easy thing. yet they continue to remember God. You understand that a soul adopts a body to play a part. You have come from the Supreme Region where the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, also resides. Human beings do not know about souls, nor do they know about the Supreme Soul. No one knows how God will come to meet the children or what He will do. Everything in the Gita has been written wrongly. They have changed the name. The father asks, "Do you know me?" Krishna would not ask, "Do you know me?" The whole world knows him, but he cannot give knowledge. So, you definitely have to explain that God changes his form, but he does not become Shri Krishna. He enters the body of a human. He does not enter the body of Krishna. This one is Brahma. The Krishna soul is in him. They have made a mistake about this tiny aspect. This is the 84th birth of the Krishna soul, and he then becomes Krishna at the beginning. He is making efforts in his last birth to claim the status of Krishna. This is a very incognitive matter. They have forgotten this little thing. This is a very slippery thing to understand. You understand that you belong to the Krishna clan. You are now claiming your fortune of the kingdom from Shiv Baba once again. Krishna does not sit in your intellects. People say, God Krishna speaks. That does not prove anything. It is shown in the Gita that only 5 Pandavas remained. They have given the cycle hundreds of thousands of years. People don't even understand such a simple thing. You understand simply from a signal that you belong to the Sun dynasty family. From having belonged to the Sun dynasty, you then belonged to the Shudra dynasty. Then from Brahmins, you become deities. These castes have to be kept in your intellects. They have even reduced the castes by half. They have forgotten the Brahmins, the top note, and also Shiv Baba. They have shown the deities, the warriors, the merchants, and the Shudras. But Brahmins too are definitely needed. Where did the children of Brahma go? This does not sit in anyone's intellect. The Father explains to you clearly. You must instill this well in your intellects. The knowledge in the Father's intellect should also be in yours. I make you souls the same as myself. The knowledge of the world cycle in me is also in your intellects. You have to be wise. There should be yoga with Baba. And there should also be the churning of the knowledge again and again. You are sitting here in front of Baba. You understand that Baba explains very easily. It is said, souls and the Supreme Soul were separated for a long period of time. The Sadguru teaches you through the form of an agent. An agent is one who arranges a contract. The father comes and arranges a contract with him through this one. You understand that the agent should not be remembered. Your engagement to Shiv Baba takes place through the agent. All of you, the ones in the middle, are also agents. You can ask, what relationship do you have with the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul? You create methods to arrange the marriage of other souls to him. You also give the name of Prajapita Brahma. You receive the inheritance from Shiv Baba. He is the creator of heaven. Embodied souls are engaged to the Supreme Soul. You had been engaged. You claimed your inheritance and you are claiming it once again. You understand this is your business at the confluence for cycle after cycle. No one else can get souls engaged to the Supreme Soul. You get them engaged to the one who makes them into the masters of the world. This is the most elevated spiritual engagement. Cycle after cycle, you study with the Father how to arrange the spiritual engagement of souls to Baba. It happens like this, cycle after cycle. You definitely change from human beings into deities, cycle after cycle. Then you deities become human beings again. Human beings are human beings. However, why has it then been written that it did not take God long to change human beings into deities? Because he establishes the deity religion. You understand that it is through this engagement that we are becoming deities from human beings. Everyone says that 3000 years before Christ, Bharat was heaven. But none of this enters their intellects. At first, Bharat was heaven. Even now, they build so many temples. It is now the stage of descent for others, whereas for you, it is a stage of ascent. It takes 1 second to enter the stage of ascent. Acha. To the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the mother, the father, Bab Dada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children. Essence for Dharna. First point, never become confused about anything or allow your faith to fluctuate. While looking after your home, etc., remain a karma yogi. In order to be threaded closely in the rosary of victory, you must definitely become pure. Second point, churn the ocean of knowledge in order to become clever. Remain constantly engaged in doing God's service. Do the service of making others the same as yourself. Blessing. May you be one who surrenders the limited consciousness of mind with the awareness of the word Baba, and thereby become an unlimited renunciate. May you be the one who surrenders the limited consciousness of mind with the awareness of the word Baba and thereby become an unlimited renunciate. Some children say, "This virtue of mine, my power," this is a mistake. To consider a gift from God to be yours is a great sin. Some children say in an ordinary way, "My virtue or my intellect is not used." However, to say mine is to make it dirty. It is also deception. Therefore, surrender this limited consciousness of mine and constantly remember the word Baba, and you will then be considered to be a renunciate soul. Slogan: surrender your service to the Father and you will continue to receive the fruit and power of service. Om Shanti.